my name is Caitlin. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice today. Today's practice is rooted in the idea of finding peace even in those difficult moments. So we'll go ahead and get started. So find yourself in a comfortable seated position. Ground down through the sit bones, close the eyes, and allow the shoulders to just soften away from the ears. Start to deepen your breath here, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And take a moment to settle in, bringing your awareness to the noises around you, the sounds in the space that you're in, and even farther outside of the space that you're in. And notice without judgment, allowing yourself to really find peace in this present moment. And then go ahead and guide the hands together at heart center and bow the chin toward the chest. And take a moment to set your intention for this practice. And maybe it's to be rooted in peacefulness, trying to find moments of peacefulness. Creating moments of peacefulness. And then once you've set your intention, bring the hands back down toward the knees. Gaze shifts back to neutral and start to blink open the eyes. And we'll inhale, start to reach the arms all the way overhead. Interlace the fingers at the top. Flip the palms toward the sky. Soften the shoulders down and gently move from side to side. Shifting the weight from one sit bone to the other. Lengthening through the sides of the body and softening the shoulders as you move. Slowly come back to center. Release the hands all the way down behind you. Bring the fingertips to face away. The heels of the hands face in toward the body. Roll the shoulders back. Open the heart. Lifting the chin up. Creating space through the front side of your body. And slowly come all the way back to neutral. And you can start to walk your hands forward and fold over your seat. You can tent the fingertips or ground down through the palms. And wherever you are, start to make your way all the way back up to your seat. We'll change the orientation of our seat, so just switch to what feels like might be the awkward way to cross your legs. Inhale, reach the arms all the way overhead. Interlace the fingers just as you did before. Flip the palms toward the sky. Soften the shoulders and move from side to side. Maybe you notice if you move a little bit further into each of your side stretches. And then slowly coming back to center when you feel even. Release the hands all the way down behind you. Again, fingertips face away, heels of the hands face in. And either take the same variation you did on the other side. So you can roll the shoulders back, open the heart, or press into the hands, start to lift the hips and stretch in to the front of the body. If the hips are lifted, start to lower them all the way back down toward the earth. Unwind and we'll walk our hands forward once again to find a fold. Slide the hands back in toward the shins and make your way into a tabletop pose. So coming onto hands and knees, stacking the shoulders over the wrists, the hips over the knees. You can tuck the toes or untuck the toes. It's your preference. Take what feels best in your body. We'll start to make big circles with the hips. Moving in one direction, shoulders shift forward over the wrists, rounding the spine, hips move round in circles. The next time you come through center, gently change the direction of your circles. And make your way back to a neutral tabletop pose. From here, we'll inhale, drop the belly. Heart presses forward through the gateway of the shoulders. Cat-cow. Exhale, round the spine. Tuck the chin toward the chest. Press the ground away. Inhale, drop the belly. Heart presses forward through the gateway of the shoulders. Lift the chin. And exhale, round the spine. Tuck the chin toward the chest. One more time here. Inhale, drop the belly, heart presses forward. Exhale, round. Come back to your neutral tabletop position. Start to walk the hands slightly forward. We'll tuck the toes, lift the sit bones up and back, downward facing dog. Maybe you pedal out the legs, bending into one knee and then the other. Maybe you start to nod the head from side to side, releasing tension in the neck. But wherever you are, settle into that moment of peace. Finding peacefulness in this present moment, just noticing how your body feels in this downward facing dog. And we'll start to shift the gaze forward toward the top of our mat. Walk the feet all the way up to the hands. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Maybe the knees are nice and bent here, allowing the upper body to just drape over the legs. And then start to press down through the soles of the feet and roll all the way up to the very top of your mat, one vertebra at a time, moving into your mountain pose. Tadasana. Grounding down through the feet. We'll inhale, sweep the arms all the way overhead, palms press at the top. Exhale, dive all the way forward and down. Bring the hands through heart center, fold forward. Inhale to lift halfway. Lengthen through the crown of the head. You can bring your hands to the sides of your feet or bring your hands to your shins. Exhale, fold all the way forward and down. Inhale to rise, arms reach on overhead, palms press at the top. Exhale, hands together at heart center. Again, just like that. Inhale, arms down, around and up, lengthen through the sides of the body. Exhale, hands come through heart center, dive all the way forward and down. Inhale to lift halfway, lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale to rise, arms reach on overhead, palms press at the top. Exhale, hands come to heart center. From here, lower the arms down by your side. We'll go ahead and interlace the fingers down behind our back. And start to straighten through the arms as you lean back, open the heart, create space through the front of the body. Always an option, just grab a hold of the opposite elbows, but take what feels best in your body. Deep breaths here, open the heart, and then slowly start to unwind. Keep that grasp with the hands. Fold all the way forward and down, reaching the hands off of your back to lower closer toward the earth, just getting a nice stretch in the shoulders. From here, start to bend into that left leg and open the heart toward the right side. Right shoulder spirals up toward the ceiling. Keeping that grip with the hands, lower all the way back down. Straighten the legs. Bend into the right leg this time. Open the heart toward the left side. Left shoulder peels toward the sky. And lower back down. Straighten the legs. Bring the hands to the low back before you release your grip, and then lower the hands all the way down to the mat. Inhale to lift halfway, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, hands to the earth. We're going to step the left foot all the way to the back of the mat. And from here, lower that back knee to the earth. Untuck the back toes. Rise up, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Fingertips reach toward the sky, soften the shoulders. Left hip draws toward the front, right hip draws slightly back, squaring the hips toward the front of your mat. One more deep breath here. And lower the hands all the way down to the earth. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. And from here, ground down through the palms, step it all the way back to plank. Shift forward on the toes, exhale down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to upward facing dog or baby cobra, moving through your vinyasa. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. 2 deep breaths here. Inhale, reach the right leg toward the sky. 3-legged dog, squaring the hips toward the earth. Exhale, step the right foot all the way up between the hands at the top of the mat. Step the left foot slightly up. We're going to move into our warrior one. So ground down through that left foot, left toes point toward the top left corner of your mat. Rise up, warrior one on warrior one, Virabhadrasana A. Reach the arms down behind you and interlace the fingers, just like we did before. Start to straighten into the arms. Open the heart. Take a slight back bend here. Inhale here. Exhale, start to hinge forward. Bringing the heart center closer toward the earth to the inside of that right leg, humbled warrior. Arms reach off of your back if that feels okay, and your shoulders, bowing your head down toward the earth. Inhale to rise. Come all the way back up, drawing the fist toward your low back. Release the hands. Sweep the arms all the way overhead. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Step the left foot to meet the right at the top of the mat. Arms reach down by your side, soften your shoulders. Take 2 deep breaths. Finding a sense of peacefulness in this very moment. Inhale. Let's start to reach the arms on overhead. Palms press at the top. Exhale, dive all the way forward and down. Hands come through the heart to fold. Inhale to lift halfway, lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, hands to the earth. Step the right foot back this time. And as you lower that right leg to the earth, drop the back knee, untuck the back toes, rise up, Anjaneyasana, left side. Arms reach toward the sky. Left hip draws back, right hip draws forward. Soften the shoulders, navel toward the spine. Deep breaths. Lower the hands all the way down to the earth. Plant down through the palms, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Step it back to plank pose, vinyasa. Shift forward on your toes. Exhale, down, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale to your upward facing dog. Open the heart. Exhale, press it back to downward facing dog. Pausing here, 2 deep breaths. Inhale. Let's sweep the left leg toward the sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step the left foot all the way up between the hands at the top of the mat. This time, right foot grounds down to the earth. Step the right foot up just slightly. Right toes point toward the top right corner of the mat. Arms reach on overhead. Warrior 1. Keeping the hips squared toward the front of the mat. Slowly lower your hands all the way down by your side, behind you, and then interlace your fingers. And try and interlace them the opposite way that you did last time, so it might feel like the awkward way to interlace your hands. Start to straighten the arms. Open the heart. Pausing here. Finding your back bend. Inhale. Exhale, start to hinge forward. Lead with the heart. Folds to the inside of that left leg, humbled warrior. Trying to keep the hips squared, again, toward the front. So noticing if your right hip is drawing back, just draw it forward, engage the core. And bowing to the inside of that front leg. Drawing the hands closer toward the low back as you rise all the way up to stand. Releasing the hands, sweeping them all the way overhead. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Step to the top of your mat. Arms reach down by your side. Pause for a breath. Inhale, arms reach on overhead. Palms press. Exhale, hands through heart center. Fold all the way forward and down. Inhale to lift halfway. Lengthen. Exhale, hands to the earth. Step it all the way back to downward facing dog. Inhale, we'll come up onto the balls of the feet. Wave the spine all the way forward to plank. Shift forward on your toes. Exhale all the way down to your belly. Untuck the toes. From here, guide the hands off of your mat. Tent the fingertips. Elbows press up toward the sky. Untuck the toes so the tops of the feet touch the earth. Creating space here in the front of the body. Inhale, press down to lift up the heart center. Exhale, lower all the way back down. Open the heart. Inhale, press down to lift up. Exhale, soften all the way down to the mat. Last time here. Inhale, press down. Lift up the heart. Exhale to soften all the way back down. Draw the hands in toward the sides of the ribs and just press it back to downward facing dog. Take your time to get there. Lower the knees to the earth and shift over to a seat. Extending the legs straight out in front of you, we'll come to the front of your mat because we're going to end up lying down on our back. So just go ahead and flex through the feet, ground down through the sit bones, finding your comfortable seat here. And then start to reach the fingertips toward the sky, lengthen through the sides of the body. Inhale here. Exhale, start to hinge at the hip creases. Fold all the way forward and down. Hands can reach toward the feet or toward the shins. Folding will feel really nice after all of those heart-opening poses. Allowing yourself to just lengthen here on your inhalation. Exhalation, gently soften. Take one more deep breath here. And slowly come all the way back up. Engage the core as you reach your fingertips forward. Try and lower down one vertebra at a time. Coming all the way down to your back. And as you come all the way down, draw the knees in toward the chest. Give yourself a nice big hug here. Rock a little side to side. Maybe drawing circles with your knees in one direction and the other. And then pausing at the center. Lower the feet down to the earth. So feet about hip distance apart, knees up toward the sky. Bring your hands down by your side so that you can almost touch the backs of your heels. And we'll come into bridge pose. So press down through the feet. Start to lift the hips up off of your mat, engaging the quads. You can stay right here. Keep your gaze up toward the sky. Or go ahead and interlace the fingers behind your back. Coming onto your shoulders a bit more, allowing yourself to shimmy your shoulders a little bit closer toward the center. Gaze is up, press down through the feet, draw the knees in so they're hip distance apart and they're not splaying out toward the sides. Take 2 more deep breaths here. And then slowly go ahead and release your grip. If you're holding onto your hands, lower all the way down, one vertebra at a time. And then go ahead and heel toe the feet mat distance apart. Draw the knees together to touch. Bring one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. Pause for a moment. Finding that moment of peace. Allowing yourself to reconnect back to your breath, back to your intention, back to whatever grounds you down into this moment. And then slowly heel toe the feet together to touch. Keep your hands as they are. Drop the knees out toward the side, Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined cobbler's pose. Allowing the tension to release. And then taking any final poses that you feel like you need in your practice today, or start to make your way into your Shavasana. Feet mat distance apart, arms down by your side, palms facing up to allow the fingertips to relax. Close the eyes. Soften. Let go. And slowly start to invite movement back into the body by wiggling your fingers and your toes, your wrists and your ankles. Reaching the arms on overhead. Give yourself a nice big stretch. Bring the feet together to touch, point through the toes. And then slowly drawing the knees closer toward the chest. Drop over toward one side to make your way into a fetal posture for a moment, resting your head on your bicep, opposite hand grounds down to the earth. And then slowly, keeping the eyes closed, press yourself up into a comfortable cross-legged seat. Guiding the hands together at heart center, bowing the chin toward the chest. Take a moment to thank yourself for finding time to come to your mat and practice today. Grounding in peacefulness. And I hope to see you again on your mat soon. Namaste.